recommending.
Yeah, and it's with the possibility, not actuality, the possibility of a third permit tech and a third inspector that probably won't happen. But I just didn't want to get in a position like I did this year where I needed somebody that didn't have money to pay anybody, because I'd not asked for it.
So this is what an extra inspector in what?
At least 15 starting out if they have no certification. And then a permit tech is 12 if they have no experience. So I figured it with one extra of each. It is not likely, especially on the inspector. I probably will not ask for an inspector, and not likely that I'll ask. If I can get a good permit tech now, I'm not going to ask for a third permit tech. For one reason, I don't know for sure where I could live. So I don't really want to rearrange the office to find a space unless I absolutely have no option.
So when we start looking at places to cut,
You would have at least.
that would be the
Yeah.
first thing.
In all honesty, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but this year I could have used a third person, or at least a part-time person in the front office, because they've just worked to pieces. I didn't have any money to do it with, so that was my mistake for not asking for that. And I just wanted to kind of have something in reserve in case I needed it.
So this is a permit tech and an inspector in addition. How about for the people that are there though? What sort of raises did you put in for?
Charlie, there's a page in the back. It's got details.
Oh,
The
okay.
proposed pay
That's right,
rates.
that's something about that.
The two bottom items on that list are not positions you now have.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And I went up $1 on
Yeah.
the permit tech and $1 on the one permit, and then,
$15 to $17.
yeah, and the reason for that is if they get 2 certifications, it'd be $1 for each one. They may not get but one, but I figured they wouldn't get any more than 2.
15 to 17 would be 13.3%.
Yeah, and I did that because of the possibility of, they probably wouldn't go over at least 6 months between certifications because of the study time and everything, so I don't anticipate them getting more than 2 next year. They may try to get 1 this year, and if they do, then probably just 1 next year.
I don't have any question on that explanation in personal services salary.
On the vehicle maintenance costs, are the Rangers still going through tires the way they were?
They have not this year.
She's
Lloyd,
got better drivers.
yeah, Boys, well, the one
Yeah.
that, Rick's driving the one that Andrew drove, and that was, I don't even know how to explain or question the care that was took for that vehicle. It was so awful. It inside, outside, the engine, the truck, the tires, everything was she's not mistreated and not taken care of. The brakes, my God, I was afraid to ride anywhere with it. It sounded so awful. I said, these brakes need to be looked at. Finally got them looked at it. I think it's because he rubbed the brakes. Well, it was driving. I'm like,
When you start making noise, it gets real expensive.
Yeah.
You look at it pretty quick.
yes. Well, when he left and Rick started driving that one, I hadn't had any issues. And Boyd drives one that was driving, which they both had tire problems. But since we had the last set, they've been fine. And they've been on there for probably at least 6 or 8 months.
Good.
What did you do?
Come from the Ford place.
Toya?
Mhm.
Are they Toya?
They made, I'm not sure.
I had a set of Toyo tires on my 4Runner that I got 60,000 miles on.
Well, I sure would love to get 60,000, because these were, the first set.
It's probably just my fabulous driving skills. Although my husband would probably not agree.
The first set went out in 10,000 miles on one truck, 12 on the other. Then the other set was just a few thousand over that.
That's crazy.
On your telephone, 2,500, is that a good figure?
Yeah, because ours went down to about 2 something a month on the phone, from what I've been seeing. Right now, we've used $1,260 this year, and I think that the 25 will take care of it. If not, it'll be real close.
And 20 is $4,700, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, but that was when we had
There
the
was-
Ethernet
Yeah.
to connect us to Internet, which Jim is gonna be sliced Monday of next week, that is.
What's last, you mean
It's off the books.
completely?
Yeah, who do we need to contact to have that taken off the server, ETC?
Yeah.
Because, we're gonna print out a list of every permit, the final dates on the ones that's been final. Teresa has taken every permit number and attached it to every parcel that it is on, whether it was 084. So we should be able to find any permit that we need with one of those two things, either by looking on the parcel number or on the final document.
Okay.
And I can lose Internet, and we'll have a little trouble with scheduling and keeping up with, it just have to be kept up with on the permit, because I have no system to plug in the inspection results and all that stuff, so if for some reason they lose a permit, we're gonna be in trouble.
I thought Q Public was gonna have a solution probably.
Yeah, the problem we ran into with that was they couldn't get cooperation with Internet. They wouldn't call us back, they wouldn't contact us at all. I left messages, Q Public left messages, we tried calling with like a connector call, they wouldn't pick the phone up. I wonder if Ben Matthews is no longer working there, but I didn't trust that, I went to the main number and left a message and nobody would call.
But at this point, we're not paying them anymore.
No, we haven't paid in a long time.
And I don't
That's why
know
they
what
want-
we gain by trying to,
Well, they just didn't want to do anything for us.
yeah.
At free, at no charge, you know, and by going on there and giving them, giving Q Public free reign on their stuff, I guess they feel like that we were taking advantage, I don't know.
We're done with them
Absolutely, that is, do you want to make that call, or do you want me to make that call?
now. You make the call.
I'll make the call.
You get any heavy problems with it, just let me know.
I don't think we will, because we've done everything that we can do to make sure we can find those permits.
Your online payment option,
Yes,
PayPal, we had talked about doing that. Have you done anything on that, on PayPal?
no,
I think I'm probably gonna have to, come down there and us set that up together, because you can only have so many PayPals set up
okay.
with, under one email address. And I've already got the animal shelter PayPal set
We can
up
use
with
mine.
my address, so I'll try to get down there, it won't be tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll try to get down there, and we'll get that, it's not that big of a deal, we'll just set it up and.
Yeah, and then I'll look up the information on the lady that we were talking with, because I've got some saved emails, and we can get with her, make sure that, that's not an issue on their end.
Okay.
I don't think it will, because I'm.
Yeah, make sure that that PayPal is one of their options, and we'll do that. Because that way, with PayPal, you don't have to link it to a bank account. That's what I don't like to do. I don't like
Yeah, no.
linking.
And I told her that, I said,
Access.
we don't want anything to go straight to the
Uh-uh.
fund, because that's not.
It'll just be held, and then I'll go in once a month or however and transfer it over. But that'll be me doing that, and everybody, you know, will have access.
They'll just have to make sure that they're, now, is there anything, how would this be in the form of, like a bounce check? Is there any way for the money not to go in? If they go in there and
Well, if it's a-
they use a credit card, right, so that there wouldn't be a chance of
If
that
they're
happening,
paying
which would be
with-
so nice.
Yeah, if they're paying PayPal, it'll
It's
be credit
got a
card.
credit card on it, well, good, so they couldn't use like a checking account routing and.
If they're gonna pay, yeah, they probably can do that.
But it automatically takes it out of that account, puts it into the PayPal, right?
Yeah.
So if it's not there, it won't work.
Right. It'll get rejected if the money's not there.
Okay, well, that works for me.
Okay.
So I've got to go Monday night and I'm gonna try to put together a packet of something for the Builders Association on them getting, into the new system, registering as, licensed contractors, and then, as much information as we can give them on starting to apply for, permits online in January.
Okay.
We're gonna have probably at least one training session after that, maybe in December.
You get any pushback for permits online from them?
So far, I haven't got anything but positive notes. Yeah, because, I mean, they have office personnel, and that personnel could go in there and do the work, and it would make their life easier, so.
I had a question about training. Did you get in some of those?
I have got, I did the one, I went to the conference for the Planners Association in Chattanooga, and they've got a couple of things that the Planners Association is going to do next year that I want to do. And I talked to Juliet, and there's classes I think I'm gonna be able to take too. And the Carl Vinson Institute is gonna do a Planners 101 and 102 in March next year. So I think all of that will come out of 22. I don't think I'll do anything else this year. I don't-
Set up and focus, you know, where you want to go.
Yeah, I want to get some of those certifications, and there is a planner's certification, but I'd like to take some classes, because I don't think it's something you just sit through a class and they give you a certification. You have to take a test, and I would have no idea where they would go with the questions if I didn't have some form of classes to take on it.
And particularly if Carl Vinson Institute is involved, there may be travel involved in a number of these classes. Do you think $600 of traveling expense would be adequate?
If I have to take it out of that and not training, I might need to rearrange my numbers, because I put it in training rather than.
So the
training.
7,500 includes some.
Yeah.
You
I was-
really need to split it out.
Okay, I can do that. I could move some of the training money into the
Yeah.
planning, or I mean, what's it called? Travel. Yeah, I think we could take probably a couple thousand out of the one and put it in the other.
Okay.
Because I was just, and two, I was wanting Yvette to go with me to at least one or two of the conferences next year to get her some training as well.
And you got that built into this.
Yeah, that's the reason I bumped it a little bit too, because it was like 500 or 600 for me to go to this last one, so I took that times 2, and then maybe one other thing, because, well, it's so busy that we can't just be on it, you know.
A lot of times the lodging.
Yeah, that's what got me, it was, it was, you know, but the good thing is that she and I could share a room, it would not be separate rooms, and I tell her that's part of the deal. If you go, we share a room, there'll be 2 beds, but we'll share a room, because I'm not paying for 2 rooms. And she would care, just to go and have the experience.
Yeah.